Whoa, legendary!
What is up, guys? Welcome to another top 5 with Kris O Five. Today I will give you the 5 best legendary cards from Rastakhan's Rumble which you might want to craft. Make sure not to disenchant any of these 5 cards because they will probably see a lot of play in the future seasons. Feel free to drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I would really appreciate it if you smash subscribe if you're new. Now let's see the cards. The first one on the list is the Undertaker. I don't think anyone is surprised this card is in the list, since it is just too powerful, and it being neutral guarantees we will see it in several decks in the future seasons. The battle cry is massive, and the stat line is really good too. At first you might think that him having only 5 health is a bad thing, but when you think about it, you actually want him to be easy to kill, since you want to trigger those death rattles as soon as you can, before he gets silenced. Okay, now let's see a few decks that make good use of this guy. As soon as you see the Undertaker, you might think he will fit perfectly in Deathrattle Hunter, and you're not completely wrong, but surprisingly, that is not the best deck for this guy, since he is a bit slow in there. Right now, the most value you can get from him is smashing him into a Hearthstone Druid, with the addition of Astral Tiger for a nasty infinite Undertaker Hearthstone combo. It's a really powerful deck if it clicks, but keep in mind it can get countered with all sorts of cards like Skulking Geist, Polymorph, Hex, and even the Void Contract we barely see getting played. You can play around with this card and try it out with Rogue and Priests too, since those classes are really Death Rattle oriented, but there's currently no real working deck out there for these two. Next we have the new Hunter Hero card, Zul'Jin. This is a really cool card, and I think most of the Hunter decks will find a place for it as soon as Deathstalker Rexxar rotates to Wild in April next year. Even now several Hunter decks are using it successfully side by side with Rexxar. It has a really nice Yax around feel to it, and if you play your spells correctly, there will basically be no downside for you. It works exceptionally well with secrets, spellstone, deadly shots, and other spells with which you can't target your own stuff, so you can basically clear your opponent's board while filling up your own. And the added benefit of being able to target with your hero power is not bad too, but I think that will only distract you, cause you know. Currently, you can fit him well in the popular Spell Hunter and Secret Hunter decks, but the card definitely has a lot more potential in other mid-range and not so mid-range hunters. You can check out my Spell Hunter guide if you want to see Zul'Jin in action. Moving down to the Mage legendary Loa, Zhanalai, also known as Ragnaros on a stick. I think this is probably the most loved and hated card from the new expansion, since it brings back the good old Ragnaros, but for only 7 mana and with a solid 4/4 body next to it. You need to pull off 7 damage from your hero power to get the effect, but with all the new cards, I think we have enough support to see it in several mage decks, and most of those even play it on curve. Right now, there are 2 main strong decks that seem to be going around in ladder, and both of them are considered tier 2, which is not bad at all. The first one is Big Spell Mage, with a few inclusions to make Zhanalai work. It has a lot of late game value bombs, but it is one of the most expensive decks I've seen sitting at a cool 15k dust. The other one is Odd, utilizing the boost from Baku for a faster Zhanalai. It has most of Big Spell Mage's core cards, but it feels a bit faster, so you might want to try it out. The 4th card on the list is Undataka, and this is the dream for any big beast deck. It's really powerful, since you can cheat out great beasts with this while you remove a minion for your opponent. The card just begs to be added in Hunter, Druid, and maybe even Warrior decks, but for now we mainly see it in Deathrattle Hunter. It really packs a mean punch, and adding 2-stitched trackers greatly improves the synergy with it. Getting 2 or 3 King Crushes really motivates your opponent to smash concede, but getting a few full health Grizzlies is by all means not that bad too. It really improves Deathrattle Hunter's quality of life, since before we could just draw all of our big beasts before we get to play Katrina, but now we still have the option to cheat them out. Recruit Hunter and Druid are also trying to make good use of this card, but so far I am not sure if it's worth dropping your dust there, because those are all expensive decks that haven't proven themselves yet. And the last card on this top 5 is High Priest Feckle. I have to say, I had to think long and hard about this one, since there are a lot of other class legendaries around the power level of Feckle, but personally, I think this card really stands out, since it has an amazing battle cry, along with a great stat line too. It paves the way for Heal Paladin, and it does really well in Exodia Paladin. It's a really nice way to stack a ton of armor and heal up with ease after that. Right now I only see it getting played in Exodia Paladin, which is doing really well on ladder. Again, this is not a cheap deck, and it's not that simple to pilot too, but if you have the cards, you might want to try it out. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope this helps you build a better collection, so you can get more wins in the future seasons. Don't forget to check out World of Duels, so you can win cash just by playing 1v1 duels and tournaments. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Kris O Five, and I'll see you in my next video.